I told myself I wasn't going to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I'm not going to do a lame Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I'm not going to do it. Put that cookie down! Damn it. I'm sorry. Anybody loves to do an over-exaggerated impression of Arnie. It's like a staple of pop culture nowadays. That is how fucking famous and awesome he is as an actor and an icon of pop culture. We had 2 terrible sequels and 2 great sci-fi action movies, arguably some of the best ever made. And now we have come to the 5th film in this franchise, with Arnold back at the helm as the main man himself, the T-800. And we have Emilia Clarke playing a young Sarah Connor. Jai Courtney, I know he's not anybody's favorite whatsoever. This guy has been in arguably so many bombs as but he plays Kyle Reese this time around. And we have Jason Clarke as the grown-up version of John Connor. There is a lot to say about this movie. I can just go into a minor spoiler because there's just no way around it. As you see in the trailers, we see that technically John Connor is the... I'm just going to set up a quick spoiler alert for those of you who really have not seen the trailer and don't want to be spoiled to an extent. And that is that John Connor this time around is the villain. He's taken over by the Terminators in a way, and I won't really say how, but he is. And he's basically just the person or robot thingy that Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor are trying to stop this time around, along with Arnold as the T-800. Who is the guardian to Sarah Connor this time around. There's a whole lot of switching of timelines, and just as the Doc from Back to the Future would say, this is the original timeline and then we are here in this timeline, because that's what Kyle Reese ends up doing to hopefully save Sarah Connor's life. He goes back to the past only to realize the past is completely different, and from there we have a Back to the Future situation. We have Jason Clarke as John Connor fucking up everything as the villain. We have Arnie back to kick some ass and be the guardian that he's always meant to have been in each one of these movies that he's been in, with the exception of the first one, of course. I don't know where else to go with that because I don't want to spoil anything else for y'all, other than I had a lot of fun with this movie. Seeing Arnold back is already just fucking amazing. At his age, 67, jeez, this guy is still pretty built and just giant and just fucking intimidating as all hell. He can play this role in his sleep at this point, but god damn it, if he's so charismatically awkward when he plays his character. It's just so funny. The one-liners are great to hear. Jason Clarke was actually a very good villain. He actually played a pretty decent John Connor. I mean, he really did. And Jai Courtney, he was fine. I think this is arguably his better performance than ever. I haven't seen him in too many movies, but I thought he was fine as Kyle Reese. And then Emilia Clarke, holy shit, she actually did a really good job as a young Linda Hamilton, the original actress, who of course played Sarah Connor in the first 2 movies, and that is really just amazing. It's just hard enough, I'm sure, to put someone as famous as Linda Hamilton for one of the most badass action heroines of movie history to play that role, but the younger version, I'm sure that's a lot of pressure, and I think Emilia Clarke did a really damn good job. She was sexy, but she was badass, and she had that willingness to survive, like Linda Hamilton's version of Sarah Connor did as well. I never saw the Terminator show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I have no idea what that timeline or whatever the fuck was going on in that show. I never saw it, but all I can say is, in regards to the movies, this movie kind of pulled an X-Men Days of Future Past. That's another minor spoiler. I will just say it kind of erased the original films and the shitty sequels. If you do not like that aspect to this movie, I won't say how, I'm just going to say that happened in this movie. It's both a good and a bad thing. As a casual fan of Terminator and enjoying Arnold Schwarzenegger be the T-800, it's cool that we may see another movie, because there is, of course, a cliffhanger. See some solid direction from Alan Taylor. There's just a lot of fun to be had. It's a great summer blockbuster. It gets a little convoluted. That would be my only major complaint. It gets a little bit convoluted with the timelines, but what fucking time travel movie doesn't? And from there, we just have fun watching Arnold kick some ass, watching Emilia Clarke play a damn good Sarah Connor. Jason Clarke is an evil John Connor. It's just a lot of good performances here. I very much enjoyed this movie, and I recommend it if you truly are a diehard Terminator fan, but if you don't want to see it because it did erase the history of some of the Terminator, or all the Terminator movies, I don't know where what to tell you other than just enjoy the original movies as they are, and that's it. But I still recommend it even at a full price. I wouldn't bother with the 3D though. My screening was in 3D. I didn't care for that. Didn't really need to be in 3D, but overall, solid action sci-fi flick. I loved Arnold back as the T-800. I liked Emilia Clarke. I've never seen her in any movie, so this was an awesome introduction. She did a great job. John Courtney was okay enough, and Jason Clarke was good stuff as the bad guy. So overall, solid flick. I recommend it. Don't forget to comment below if you've seen the movie, or when you do see the movie, feel free to comment below. And what are your thoughts on Terminator Genisys? I hope you all enjoyed this review. All bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions aside. And that should do it. Thanks again for watching. And I'm Anthony Flores with Worth Watch. And keep going to the movies.